don't have my turnouts today just because we're making the film. I didn't bring them today, but if I was doing the testing process, I'd definitely bring my full turnouts. So as I begin, as I approach the vehicle, I'm going to look at it for any damage, overall cleanliness, general condition. Also going to look at it, make sure it's level so the suspension looks tight, looking underneath for any unexpected leaks or hoses or wires hanging down that shouldn't be. Come over here, I'm going to grab a towel that I'm going to need in 1 minute to check the oil. Come around the back, again I'm going to look for a lean left or right for the suspension, leaks and wires or hoses hanging down. And again the same thing on this side, looking all around. Okay, going to come up, my turnouts in compartment 1. While I'm in compartment 1, I'm going to check the equipment. Make sure I got all my equipment stowed, SCBA, cones, water, connections. This compartment looks good. I got everything stowed in here. I'm going to put my tire wheel jumper down there because I'm going to start the engine in a minute. I'm going to need to have it chopped. Because I'll be going above grade. I'm going to have my helmet on. That compartment's good. Okay. Before I put the engine, I need to make sure I check that I have water in the tank. Up here. Water is full. Got my hose bed covers are closed. Ladder rack looks good from up here. Deck gun is secured. I got all my foam buckets. They all feel full. I've got both hoses, both nozzles, and they're closed. Come over here. Got my long tool handles, my shovels. Brooms, look in the foam tank. Foam tank is full. Okay. Come back down. No surprises, make sure everything's closed here. Okay. Next, I need to check the oil before I start the engine. I'm gonna have the battery switch on. Sometimes dipstick's hot during the day, so I'm gonna have gloves on. Towel. Okay. Pull the oil out. Give it a quick wipe. Reinsert it so I can get an accurate reading. While I'm in here, I'm going to turn on the light that's down here. Light works, good. Don't see any other signs of any leaks down here or any problems. Let that set for a second. I'm going to pull it out now. Check my oil for color and make sure that it's full. The oil looks good. Go ahead and put this back in. Okay. While I'm in here, I'm going to check the MDT were available and it is got connection. Check my lights here. All the lights throughout the truck. Here's my flashlight, overhead light. I got a map light here. All the lights in this compartment looking good. Okay, I also need to check the SCBAs. Everybody's responsibility to check the function of the SCBA. I'm supposed to check to make sure the SCBA is present. And that's got a full bottle. Pull the SCBA out. Bottle's full. Present. Secure. Secure it. It's good. Belt. It feeds out well. No excess fraying. Make sure the belt clicks in. It's tight. Safeties. And it retracts well. This belt is good. Coming down. This light here is good. The steps went down well. Retract well. And the doors functions well. So that compartment's good. Okay, come around the front of the truck. I'm going to come over to engineer's seat. Up on top. First thing I want to do is look at the OIG, see if there's any discrepancies, particularly anything that would prevent me from starting the engine safely. So I'm going to look at what discrepancies I have. Fuse intermittent, missing a rear pad. Everything else is fixed. Nothing critical on here. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the OIG, my shift, odometer, hours, the fuel is full, initial it. And I'll have the captain sign off on this when I'm all finished. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is adjust my seat, how I like it. Grab my seat belt, make sure it works good. Adjust this, adjust my steering wheel. Okay, I'm gonna close the door now, but I'll roll the window down so you can still hear me. Okay, this time I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine. Ignition on. Let it go through the warm-up cycle. All right, it's ready to start. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine now. All pressure came up, tanks fuel's full, other gauges coming up to the normal operating ranges. Okay, I'm gonna check in here now. Got my wipers are working properly. Make sure my defrost and my AC meter's working. Hold up. Check for any lights over here. I'm gonna go ahead and start the generator because I need to check those lights. Generator's on. I'm going to turn on all the lights and power associated with the generator. Okay. My headset on, make sure it's working properly. Check the radio's in the right channel and then it's on. Go ahead and turn on my all my lights, masters. Make sure I got my scene lights, rear perimeter lights. I'm going to go ahead and check the sirens right now, so please cover your ears. I need someone to assist me checking the lights, but if someone can go to the front of the truck, check my headlights, my wig wags, my strobe, my white lights above, and my turn indicators and hazard lights. And then after that, I'm going to go to the rear, check my brake lights, my reverse lights, and my rear turn signals. That would be appreciated. And also the rear, make sure that the backup alarm comes on. I will put it in reverse. Lights are good. Go ahead and turn out the cab now. Get ready to, I'm going to put it in pump first. Make sure I'm neutral. Throw it down. I got one light. Push drive. Go to fourth gear. Speed comes up to about 17 miles an hour. Two lights. Pump. Ready to go. My helmet on for pumping. My gloves for safety. Phone. Pressure mode. Water in, water out. Grab my tail lights, cover your ears. Horn works good. Okay, listening for any unusual noises, stepping back for any hoses that might be coming up. Looking at my gauges as I come up, they're all zeroed, they're all closed, I'm in good shape there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throttle up. Pressure mode. Clear SLP, throttle up to 160, make sure you can hold pressure. Building pressure is coming up like I would expect. RPM's coming up too. Okay, we're at 160. I'm going to check the pressure regulating governor. Check that by changing the discharge orifice and watch you to see that the RPMs change accordingly. If I see my pressure gauge, my RPM, I close it and open it. The RPMs adjust accordingly and maintain pressure. So that's working properly. Then I'm going to throttle down to below 100 for SLP, and then I want to check my safety system shutdown. Below 100 PSI. Safety shutdown system works too. So go ahead and take it out of pump now. Close these for a brief moment. Cover the brake. Neutral. One light's out. Speedo's down. Throw it up. Two lights out. Okay, I'm going to do two laps around the truck to check the exterior of the truck. The first lap I make, I'm going to check all the lights on the ladder rack because I need the engine on and the lights on and power on. And it's loud. Then I'll do a second one to check everything else, but it's a little bit easier to hear me. So coming off, all the lights are checking for the same thing. Lights are checking to make sure they're not cloudy, cracked, they're the right color, that they work properly, and that there's no obvious damage to them. We're going to go around checking emergency lights, marker lights, same with reflectors. Also check my perimeter lights. I have 4 perimeter lights. They're all good. Lights here. All these are good. Light here. Looking good. Flood light up there. light and my emergency light there. Step back, I've got my emergency lights, marker lights. I've got my traffic diversion lights, brake lights, hazard lights. My brake lights, turn indicators, reverse lights were already checked when I got accessible lights in the cab, and my perimeter lights in the back here. Coming around this side, another marker light. Got a emergency light, another marker light. Floodlight's working, stepping back. Floodlight there is working. Looking underneath, I have two perimeter lights. I'm sorry, I have one perimeter light out. I need to document that in the OID. Light here, light here. This light's good. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the ladder back down. Stand clear. Ladder coming down. Watch to make sure that it comes smoothly down, not binding. No obvious problems or hang-ups. Seems to be operating well. See my marker light, my reflector all looking good there. Make sure my ladder's secured. My halyard looks good. Secured here. Ladder's good. Got my pipe bowl. Take my ladder in here. My reflector. Another marker light. There are also lights on the cap or the covers for the hose bed. I'm going to check those as time permits later on today. Come back around here. Stand clear, ladder coming up. Ladder going up again. Watching for smooth operation of the ladder. Ladder's up, off, and it locks. Got a emergency light here, floodlight. Ribbon light, that one down, I noted. Marker light, reflector, this light here. In my front, I got my headlights and the high beam. The white lights were already checked with my assistant. And my four-way flashes are working good. My front flood there. Marker light, and my reflector. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shut down all the lights and shut down the generator and the motor. Alright, now we can finish this up when it's a little quieter, easier to hear. And I'm just going to leave the battery on, but the engine's off. So, come around, I'm going to check the rest of the engine. It's going to be a basic check. So time won't permit me to check everything, but I'm going to check the general equipment the time that I have. As I come along here, okay, mirror's secure, this door no works, it's secure. Wheels and tires all get checked the same. This front's checked to make sure there's no leaks from the hub. Checking for any rust trails or loose lug caps that might indicate a loose lug nut. Look for any damage, cracks, or welds into the wheel. Sidewalls, I'm looking for any exposed steel belts, any impaled objects, or damage. The tread, I want to make sure I have even tread all the way across and make sure that I have at least 430 seconds of tread depth in the front tires and 230 seconds of tread depth in the rear tires, and also look for any signs of leaks or any damage on the parts that I can see back in through there. Coming back down to this compartment, open it up. Light works, stairs work. Look under here for the EMS equipment. Make sure my equipment's present, stowed and secured for travel. EMS equipment here, it's present and stowed for travel, and all my lights in this compartment are working properly. I've got the headset, I've got the belt. It feeds out well, clicks in, holds securely, safeties, retracts well. The seat comes down. SCBA, same as the captain. They check they're on, I'm just checking to make sure the bottle is full, which it is. Secured for travel. Seatbelt feeds, locks in, safeties, and it retracts well. Overhead lights, my floodlights here. I'm sorry, my battle lanterns. There's one I'm missing. It's up in the front with the captain right now. Checking my center compartment, make sure all the equipment is present. Equipment's present, the light works, stowed well for travel. Center compartment here, lights on. Box is locked, equipment is secured, stowed well for travel, and this compartment is good. Coming on back, I've checked the pump already. These lights are good. This one only comes on when it was in pump, which it was. Checking all my equipment here is secured and stowed for travel. This compartment, I've already checked all the equipment in it, but I do need to check, make sure the lights are working. Both lights are working. Come back, check the tires, same thing again. Rust trails, loose caps, damage, cracks, exposed steel belts, impaled objects, 3 or 230 seconds here in the rear tires, and both of them even tread wear. Make sure both tires have an equal bounce back on this, so they're sharing the weight and they're round. Looks like they have good air, no objects or no between the wheels wedged, no rubbing between the wheels or the tires, and all the components, there's no any signs of damage or cracked leaf springs. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. Here, I'm gonna pick up my prop. Checking here, bottle, and it's full. Compartment, got all my equipment here. It's secured, stowed well for travel. Fuel cap is tight. Bottle is full. That looks good. Checking this compartment here. Got my generator. This feeds well, rolls well. Equipment's present, secured, light, and lights working well. Coming around the back. Go ahead and check up here. Got my hydrant bag. This is stowed well for travel. My bags. All these hoses, I've got nozzles on my 3/4. Got my nozzle on my 2.5. These are all stowed well for travel. Go ahead and secure this. There's equipment in the front of the hose bed underneath the coverings. I'll check that later on in the day when I do my full thorough inventory. Checking this compartment. Got my poles, backboards, mop, squeegee. It's all secured, stowed well for travel. Banner wrenches, caps on here. Got my hose reel, my cord reel, other cords, 2.5-inch valve, my 2 bags. Everything in here is secured well for travel, and the light is well. And here I have all my equipment stowed properly. Moving around this compartment. Once again, light and light are both working well. Got fuel in the tanks. Saws are secured, fan. I've got absorbent, and they both feel pretty full. Bottle is full. That bottle's full. It's my hydraulic fluid in here for the ladder rack. It is full. The cap is tight. Both of my extinguishers are in the green. They're both secured well. Got my salvage overhaul equipment present, secured well. Same thing with these tires again. Rust trails, loose caps, damage, cracks, steel belts, impaled objects, damage. Even tread wear, 230 seconds on both tires. They're both round, have equal bounce back, equal sound, both sharing the weight, no objects wedged between the tires, no rubbing with the tires, no damage noted to the leaf springs or the visible components in there. 2 bottles in here, they are both full. Equipment in here, equipment's present, lights are both working, equipment's stowed, secured, ready for travel. Caps are all on. Got my hoses secured here. These valves are closed. Since I did run the pump, I need to drain the pressure manifold. That was all good. And I got my hoses here. This is secured. Looking good up there. Okay, firefighter's compartment. Again, checking the EMS compartment underneath here. The equipment's present, secured for travel. Same on the EMS equipment here. I'm going to secure this door. Got the headset. Check this seatbelt. Seatbelt works good, just like the other one. Air pack, just like the other ones. Air pack is full, present. Seatbelt feeds, just like the other ones. No excess fraying, tracks, safeties. It's good. Now, I already checked in those compartments there. Check these overhead lights. Here, this light's working. Stairs and doors are working. Front wheel here, same thing. No leaks. Caps are tight, no cracks, damage, impaled objects. Steel belts, 430 seconds. Tread depth equal wear on the tread. No obvious damage or signs of leaks on the visible portions there. Come around the front, give a good look here at the windshield. Windshield's clear, free of obstructions, no cracks or damage noted to it. Make sure that I have good rubber and that there's good retraction here on my wipers. Hose here, present, secured, stowed for travel. The bell is secured and tight. And all my stuff up front is secured for travel. So at this point, I'm gonna come around. Anytime I have remaining, I can use this to double check myself. Check the oil, engine oil, did that. Check the water in the tank. Check the foam tank level. Dash intrinsic gauges were checked. Check sirens, horns, mirrors, seat belts. Checked all lights. Checked the pump panel gauges, operated the pump, pressure protection device, all the tires, SCBAs, and spare cylinders. Apparatus for cleanliness and damage. Listen for unusual noises constantly. Check for any leaks. Inspected the foam system. Remaining is to do a thorough inventory, daily inventory, which is pretty extensive. Will take some time. So as time permits throughout the day, I will take care of that. At this point, this truck is safe and ready to respond and mitigate hazards. I'll take my OIG to my captain for having him sign off for it, and then when time permits, finish off my full daily inventory.